Omo, we live in a world of betrayal. We live in a world where people could do things to us, even family members, friends. And then you begin to wonder, because before you know it, anger builds up, bitterness builds up. And these things become a stronghold in our lives. You know, it happens to people even in the Bible. Think about it from the book of Genesis 27, where you had Isaac, Jacob, and Esau. So Isaac is of age. He's old, and he decides to bless his favorite son, Esau. And says, I'm going to bless him. And Rebecca, who's their mom, overhears this and says, and her favorite son was Jacob. And she says, no. Jacob must get this blessing. So she says, you know what? So the father had a conversation with Esau and says, go and bring my favorite food, come back, cook it, and I'll eat it. But then mother works with her son, Jacob, and decide to cook that food. They use, because what Esau was hairy, and Jacob wasn't. So he likes to put like animal skin on it, so it feels like that. To cut the long story short, in paraphrasing, the father blesses Esau, thinking that, blesses Jacob, thinking that he was Esau. And as he blessed him, something he said in Genesis 27 verse 29, it says, may people serve you, nations bow to you, be Lord and master over your brothers. And may your mother's sons bow down to you. May those who curse you be cursed, and may those who bless you be blessed. Esau comes back, and then next thing you know, he's like, wait a second. He brings the food to his dad. Dad says, I thought you're the one I just blessed now. He says, no, that wasn't me. And he's crying, he's bitter, he's wondering, he's like, oh God, how did this thing happen? But the father prophesies to him and says, you will live by the sword, and you will serve your brother. However, it shall come to pass when you break loose from your anger and your hatred, that you will tear his yoke off your neck and you will be free of him. There are many of us walking around. We feel betrayed. We feel saddened. We feel like people have done things to us. But the Bible is telling us today to break free from that hatred, that bitterness. It's not worth it. You know, when you fast forward, you look at Jacob. The father blessed him. When he was leaving the father to run away, because he was afraid of his brother, the father blessed him again. And God spoke to him and blessed him. And then he had an encounter with God, and God spoke to him again and blessed him. But he was still afraid of his brother, God, what he has done. There could be some out there that are afraid of what they have done to others. They may have, climbed over others using different methods, even as believers. And so, they're walking in fear. But the truth about how God works is that when Esau finally met Jacob, because Jacob was instructed to go back to his father's land, and Jacob was afraid, but God told him, I'm with you. They meet each other, they hug each other. He tells his brother, I have all these things to give to you. But the brother says, don't worry, brother. God has blessed me, I have more than enough. Esau wasn't bitter. Esau wasn't full of hatred. That yoke had broken. Matter of fact, he had 400 bodyguards. So that means that he was someone that was significant. It was after that Jacob now started walking in the blessings that God had prophesied over his life. So people may have prophesied over your life, prayed for you, laid hands on you, and you may not be seeing a lot of things happening. Do an assessment of your heart and check certain things. Are you walking in fear? Are you walking in bitterness? Are you walking in hatred? Are there some things that you need to let go and forgive? Do that. See, Esau came to the realization that even if his brother did it to him, he was called for more, and he walked along that path and he forgave his brother. Jacob, on the other hand, had an encounter with God, and God changed his name. And it was then he now realized that he was a child of God and was called for more. So I don't know if you're Esau or Jacob, but God loves you. Let go, forgive. On the other hand, make amends and talk to God, even wrestle with God, and learn to let some things go. But I think either way, you will meet one day with that person, you will let go, you forgive, because God is love. So it's not an easy thing, but it's a process. But I know that with God, all things are possible. So God loves you, and we love you too.